this is Ovi and welcome back to my channel, Ovi the Wonder Girl. Are you wondering what I'm holding in my hands? Well, the answer to your question, crispy onion rings. Do you know how I made it? Watch the full video to find out. Today I'm going to be making crispy onion rings. The ingredients are a jumbo onion, buttermilk, corn starch, baking powder, chili powder, you can also use paprika, salt, and all-purpose flour. So now let's start cooking. First, we need to cut the onion into bigger rings. I've cut the onion into 4 quarters. So then we can remove the smaller pieces in it, and then that leaves us with the bigger ones, and then we can remove it like this. I finally de-ringed the onions. These little parts won't be needed because they're too small, because we're hand breading them. So you can use this for different cooking purposes. Now let's prepare the breading mix. So first I'm going to pour the all-purpose flour, the cornstarch, the salt, the chili powder, baking powder, and pepper powder, and then mix them together. The baking powder makes the onion rings crispy. Now that our breading mix is finished, I'm going to prepare the buttermilk, which is already prepared for me. So first, we're going to dip the onion ring into our mix, then into the buttermilk, then back into the mix. We're going to double bread the onion rings. So first we're going to dip it into here so it takes the moisture out, and then into our buttermilk, and then into our breading mix. I have a fork for the wet and fork for the dry. This will also help to absorb as much of the buttermilk as possible. Bubbles. And it takes as much as the mix it can. Then I'm going to put it into my baking tray. And then we're going to do that for all the rings. I finished breading number 1. I'm going to do one more time to make it more crispier. It's this thick, and it's okay for having lumps because it makes it much more crispier. Last one. That was hard work. See how much lumps it's taken? We're finally ready for frying. So I've got my stove and pan ready. I am using sunflower oil, but you can use any neutral cooking oil, like canola oil. So After your oil is heated up, you turn it into low, you put the stove into low, so then the breadcrumbs on top of our bread will get, on top of our onion will get crispy and our onion will cook. So since my onion is hot, I'm going to put in my onion one by one. A tip is not to touch the ring too much, or then there's a risk of debreading our onions. Also, make sure that your onion rings aren't touching each other or they can stick. Now we can flip them. The first one we put in is starting to go golden brown. Our rings are golden brown and the bubbles are getting less aggressive, so in a minute we can take them out. Drain it. It smells good. You want to smell? I finally finished the onion rings and I can finally taste them. I'm so happy Naughty Ovies isn't here to spoil this. You can use any dip you want, like the one I made for the French fries. I'm going to be using my special sauce. So let's taste now. You could hear the crunch, it's very crunchy. Ta-ta, bye-bye, see you on my next video.